Okay, Kermit Weeks here, Fantasy of Flight, and there it is. So I am heading over to get there early for this cosmic muffin move, and Dave Drimmer, the guy that donated to Sun and Fun, was basically going to get there. The crane's supposed to be there at 11. It's like 10:16 right now. Phil's following me. He's going to video me. We had concerns. We went to lunch yesterday. If you look at these wires here, that low wire right there, I thought, shoot, man, that thing is good. That thing is not going to clear. Anyway, okay, so we're heading on I-4, and you know, I've been doing a little bit of research online. The guy that redid the trailer, I've never met. I set up 4 times we were going to meet. I've seen the trailer and I took pictures of it, but he was off site at the time down in West Palm Beach, and I ended up trying to set up things. There was a couple of times I was going to go down there. There was a couple of times he was going to be up here, and we never met. Okay, so the trailer got rebuilt without, I sent him some rough dimensions, that I had taken, and I've never been involved in a big move like this. Okay, this thing is 14 feet wide, so it's a wide load. I did some just rough calculations. The boat itself, based on the height numbers that Sun and Fun gave me, from the bottom of the keel to the top of the fuselage, is 15 feet 3 inches. And when it got originally moved, it was on a really low boy. Okay, I mean, I've never seen a trailer that low. So the trailer that I bought is at least, I'm just taking a guess, at least 2.5 feet higher. So if it's 15.3, say 15.6, 16, 17, this thing is going to be an 18-foot high deal. And when I did some research online, 18 feet seemed to be kind of like the limit. So anyway, I was concerned when I was going out the gate there. We were driving back. We went to lunch yesterday, and we were looking at some of these bridges. And in the old days, they used to have the the heights on them. And for some reason today, I don't know why, but you don't see any heights on them anymore. So here we go on a bridge. There's no height on it anymore. And I looked online, and I think they said something about maybe all interstates have to be a minimum of 16 feet or something like that. So I'm looking at that truck up there, and I'm going, oh my God, what I don't want to do is lose the top of the muffin, So anyway, so I was concerned. So when I came in this morning, I've got a stick here that I want to use to help determine what the height is when we finally get it on this new trailer. And so I went out there and I stopped on the side of the road where it was level, and it was basically the road height. And I basically stood on top of my car, and I measured the top of my car. I measured the stick, and I measured, the distance from the top of the car to the bottom of the stick relative to me, and I went down and pulled out the tape measure, and believe it or not, the cable, which looked like it was low, was 22 feet high. So I'm just like, please, let's make sure this is a safe move. So anyway, I'm hoping that's going to be the case. So we're pulling into Sun and Fun here. There's the museum. I don't see a crane here yet, but basically this is where we are going to base out of, and there is the Muffin. So that's somebody from the museum. And we will just park over here and see how all this works. Okay, so there's nobody here. But what's happening, man?
You look familiar from a website I think I saw once.
Oh, no way. Good. Awesome.
Hi.
Cool. Good. Oh, my God. Kermit needs another project. Oh, crap.
That's the worst spot on the whole boat.
Yeah, I know.
And that's the boat that got abused the most because of the ladder and the people getting on and off.
Oh, wow.
I'm Aaron.
Oh, yeah, Aaron. Cool. So, are you work with the Sun Fund?
No, I used to be the captain of this thing for 20 years.
Oh, no way.
I put the engines in it, I put the steering in it, I put everything in this thing.
Oh my God, super. Well, maybe one day we'll get to tap into your knowledge. So, yeah, so I texted Dave and he hadn't shown up yet.
He was my ride.
Oh, no way. Okay, well, I never even met him. So, Phil, let's go over and meet Dave. Awesome. So, he was the captain. What's happening? Finally, we get to meet, man. Good to see you. Yeah. How long you been here?
About half hour.
Okay, cool. I texted you that we would be here about now, but anyway, so yeah, we'll see. You know, I want to go up and kind of measure this thing myself. They said it was 15.3 from the keel to the top. That's what Sun and Fun told me.
I think that sounds about right.
Okay, all right. But I brought a way to measure it, and
yeah, one of the what we were even. You met my buddy Aaron?
Yeah.
We were even talking on, because we drove past Fantasy of Flight and looking at the bridges, and none of them have markers on them.
I know.
And I'm assuming that when Paul got the site location and drop-off location, he did his clearance checks.
I hope so.
Yeah, you know, that's part of the job.
Well,
right?
It was interesting though, but because we went to lunch yesterday and we went and kind of looked at the route, and I thought, first of all, I expected to see the heights, but they painted them over. So when we're coming back, I'm going, man, some of those look low when you see a semi go under them. And then there's two wires coming off the interstate going into Fantasy of Flight. So this morning I went by and I got out there and I got a big 10-foot deal, and I went up and I figured it out, and it looked low to me, but it was 22 feet.
Well,
so
as far as I know, the trailer that he's using or should be using is called a lowboy.
Right.
That
it's not as low as what originally got delivered here.
I don't know.
No.
I know that trailer had an extension on it. You know, it had an extendable end to it for adjusting to the size of the boat. And a lowboy is designed to put the keel as low to the ground as maybe where it is right now. But I don't know what he's bringing up or what he's selling you, but...
No, I saw the trailer.
Okay.
I saw the trailer, and I can show you some pictures of it, but basically, my guesstimate is it's going to be, well, I tell you what, theoretically, it could be only a foot higher than this. Maybe, I mean, I was thinking this thing, by the time I looked at it, was going to be like 18 feet high.
If you didn't use a lowboy.
Well, no, it's low, but I'm thinking it's about there. So it depends on where the pads are. And of course, the width here is like 14, no, this is 14 feet, but that's like 11 feet from the deal there. And so he's going to put the boards in, pretty far inside here, which is our concern. But we'll see.
Yep.
So somebody else had the boat, or you did the boat? You bought the boat, and it was already a boat. So how long ago was it originally done, and then how long did he have it?
It was originally launched in '74.
Oh my gosh!
And the project was started in late '69, early '70. By Ken London. He was a Lauderdale realtor and private pilot. He put originally inboard 283 Chris Craft gas engines in it. Supposedly it got up to like 20 knots. And supposedly it porpoised along when he tried to get it up and out on a plane.
Right.
And when he built it originally, it had the original nose sticking out like it does right now.
Right.
But when he tried flying around in this thing, the water banged into the underside of the nose and buckled it up. It wasn't built for that kind of impact. So he ended up building a bow extension that dropped down, and then went down.
Right.
It totally eliminated the nose of the airplane and killed the looks. And then when we rebuilt the boat in 94, 95, we rebuilt the nose. This is bulletproof up here.
Right.
It's got layers of wood and biaxial epoxy. It's probably the strongest part of the whole damn rig, and so he made it marginally seaworthy, and
yeah, I
he
mean,
made it work.
Like, doesn't look like it.
But he was not a boat builder, and he was obsessed with, buzzing around in this thing, and like every boat, it has its limitations for what it is designed to do, like any airplane.
Yeah, well, if we get it going, it's just going to be on a lake, so it doesn't have to go anywhere.
And of course, the greatest thing in the whole world, Kermit, is sitting in Howard's seat.
Yeah.
And putting your hands on that wheel and driving it around. I can't even put into words what that feeling's like. We'll get there one day.
I've got 3 of his other airplanes, so they're going to fly too. So, oh my God! So at some point, I mean, this thing obviously. How does the fuselage come off of this? Because this is all going to have to come apart to be rebuilt. So how? I mean, from your perspective, what's it going to take? No, I mean, I mean, at some point, I think, the fuselage somehow has to come off the hull. How is it hooked on? And then how is it mated? And how is it, I mean, are we going to need a new hull, or are we going to be able to fix the old one?
You have those 2 options.
Yeah.
This hull is repairable.
Right.
It's very basic wood frame construction. We used to call this a Home Depot hull, because I got so much of the wood framing and the plywood from Home Depot. I didn't use marine ply because everything was going to be covered with epoxy inside and out to encapsulate the wood. Why use expensive wood? So this hull is repairable.
Right.
If I had budget, I would replace it with a glass hull.
Okay, so was this an original boat hull, or was this something that was custom?
Ken London, this hull I rebuilt based on the old hull that Ken London put on.
Right.
I think he either had the original wood hull built. I don't think he found it, but he had it built. It's this is a houseboat style hull.
Right.
Like a Gibson or a Nautilus houseboat. It's semi-displacement. It's low draft. It is lightweight. And I used wood only because I couldn't afford to go glass. And I looked into manufacturers of boats that had this style that would just build and sell me just the hull. Some of them wouldn't, because they said, well, if we build just the hull and sell it to you, the next crew that's waiting to build it out is going to be sitting there for a month. So they wouldn't even want to sell me a hull.
Wow.
Yeah. One of the aspects of this that I always felt was a shortcoming is you have these very narrow decks, which aren't very user-friendly for passengers. It used to have a sun deck up there, which is why the curved ladders were there. But the one thing I always hated was the fact that the fuselage extended past the hull.
Right.
And it looks fantastic on the front end with the nose of the plane going out over the water.
Right.
But I was always, if I had the budget when I rebuilt in 94, 95, I had planned to bring the hull past the pressure dome and have an aft deck at the back end.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And that would give you a lot of advantages. Number one, you'd have.
Is this the original pressure dome?
Oh, it sure is.
Okay.
But I fared it out.
Right.
It's pizza slices with riveting, but I fared it out. But if you extended the hull to go 5 feet beyond the dome, you'd have an aft deck. Right now,
oh, but you'd still leave the dome. You'd have to get out in the water. I said,
this was the world. This was the world's first commercial pressurized airliner.
Oh,
so this was the first airliner that had a pressure dome on it.
Huh.
And so, right now, you have to dock the boat on the port side because that's where the big main door is.
Right.
You don't have
Right.
one on the starboard
Right.
side. And if you had an aft deck back here, you'd have a place for people to be outside on the boat.
Right.
Because it's not completely safe to be certainly up top or on the narrow side decks. And it would also allow you to dock it on starboard side because then
You could come around this way
exactly
from the left
right,
side.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, what I was thinking about doing is finding 2 matching Gibson or Nautilus houseboats, used ones, trashed ones at a yard that are never going to be used again but have good hulls, and put them together to have a hull long enough to go beyond the back end for an aft deck.
Hell of an idea.
Oh, you're so clever. And all this that you see rotted here was basically meant to be a fake facade transom to just conceal the outboards.
I see.
They weren't.
Okay.
They're shot.
So let me ask you this: if you did extend the deal, I guess you could still put the outboards there. And,
You could.
But I mean, how would you get in and maintain them or whatever?
You just build it in a way you have access to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Or you put the outboards, at the back end of the boat, the transom.
Would that help it pitch down a little bit more? I mean, it seems to me it always.
Well,
just
I don't think
kinda rides up.
I don't think you'd be wanting to put outboards anywhere but the ass end of the boat.
Right.
I'm no
Right.
designer
right,
or
right,
engineer,
okay.
but right now we built a very heavy-duty transom back there. It's supposed to be 2 layers of 3/4 inch, 1.5 inch thick. These were the motor.
Right.
These were where the motors were. Like I said before, I couldn't be more grateful and happy that you've stepped up
Thank
to
you.
take
I
it.
appreciate it. Well,
And you know
we'll
what?
see.
There have been people that have said, "Give it to me, sell it to me. I want it." And either they didn't have the capability, expertise, or funding to do right by it, and I was worried if I let them have it,
Yeah.
it would be lost forever.
Yeah. No good. I mean, like you said, it's going to be a long-term dream.
Yeah,
but
I know.
at least it's going to be inside for the first time in its life. And we got a place for it over at Fantasy of Flight. And if my dream comes into fruition, I got a lake I can float it on and let people do parties in it, and we'll see how it goes.
All right.
Good. Well, where is the
Yeah, they're a little.
catching that? Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Well, this isn't the one you want. Who's running this show?
Kermit.
Kermit? Nice to
Well,
meet
I'm
you.
not running the show.
Okay.
Paul's not here yet.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah, he's the one that's got the trailer.
Okay.
But I've got a check for you guys.
Okay.
I do have that.
Okay.
But we tried figuring out what the hell.
Okay. So here, I don't know if they talked to you at all. Our big crane got tied up on a job.
Okay.
So what we're doing here, we're dropping off this equipment.
Okay.
Jeff is going to stay here. I'm going to take this crane back to the shop. We're going to grab another crane.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And then we're going to come get set up.
Okay.
And probably by that time, your guy will be here ready
Okay.
to.
You saw my picture in the post office, I'm sure.
No, I was talking to somebody.
He looks suspicious.
They're super chill. They're going to go back. Their crane got, anyway, so they're probably an hour away. They got to drop this one off, bring another one back. They're 20 minutes away. So, I mean, probably the best thing it's going to do is to probably wait. And then when they get back, they can decide if they want to pick it up and do roll under.
I still have to do a bunch of lawn.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Stuff like that. If I turn around, my baby back on the
Yeah. There's tons of room. Should be around there. I think the concern I've had with Dave that I mentioned to Paul was we just want to make sure we got enough bearing area under this thing because the hole's starting to go in spots. Yeah. So, okay, so this is interesting. So when it first moved up here, the keel right now is about 5 inches off the ground, but the whole boat, top to bottom, is like 15.3, okay? And so, there's no way the keel is going to be any lower than this, I would think. Okay, so then we can add about another 2 feet to that, so it's going to be 17.3. Okay, is that? I mean, I don't know how y'all permit these things.
We're going to find out wherever we're going.
Right. Okay. I brought a thing. I've got a level or a board I can put across there, put a level on it, and I can measure the exact height of the deal.
Exactly.
And we went out to lunch yesterday. We went down I-4, and nobody puts the heights on them anymore.
Right.
I assume there's. When you get a permit or something, you know, they tell you which way to go and how the heights are and all that stuff. All right.
I got some wood. I have some other stuff.
Okay, so and then the back, all the wheels have all been refixed.
Yeah. I did all that prior week.
Are we missing a deal here, or we just lost it?
It's. I didn't have a chance to mess with that.
Okay.
I've been on and off.
All right. And how long is this trailer?
I don't know. I think it's 35, 40 foot long.
Okay. Well, the boat's 50.
It's going to take him about 8 or 9 feet up.
And he was going to extend it, but then he didn't, which originally was supposed to be part of the price. I think, you know, depending on what that little height is there, kind of depends on, I think when it originally came here, the nose was out the back.
Yeah, and that's what,
Okay.
he uses probably this trailer.
No. When the trailer that originally showed up was about
low?
that freaking high.
Yeah.
So, you know, anyway, the main thing is just kind of get loaded, and then, you know, then we'll figure out, you know, make sure we get find out what the height is, get it safely there or whatever. So, all right. Well, I guess if those guys are an hour away, maybe I'll just run out and go grab some lunch for everybody or something. Are you hungry or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me see what everybody wants to do, and I'll go see what I can find. Okay, heading back into Sun and Fun with 6 drinks and 8 sandwiches cut in half. So anyway, that's for Phil, me, Dave Drimmer, the boat guy, and the guy that brought the trailer in, who's working on it now. So I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I'm a little disappointed in the limited amount of work that was done, but we'll deal with that when we get there. Anyway, over now.
right. Yeah, we'll pick it up as we go. Yes, sir.
Quick minute, I'm Dave,
Dave?
the former owner.
Okay.
You are?
Nick?
Nick?
Yes,
Nick.
sir.
A couple things I just wanted to let you know about.
Absolutely.
When it got offloaded by Lakeland Crane in 16,
Okay.
the forward straps were in this general area.
Okay.
They originally set it up closer to the middle,
Okay.
but it came up nose down.
Okay.
So the furthest forward you can go,
The better.
the better the CG will probably be.
Okay.
As far as coming up straight.
I got you. Okay.
And I built and fabricated the chine blocks
Okay.
that go between the boat corner and the
Okay.
straps.
Okay.
That spreads out the contact area.
Okay.
So there are weak areas of the hull.
Right.
So that should hopefully compensate
Okay.
and spread the contact load stress area.
Okay. And those, I'm talking about these here,
Yeah.
and those will go along the hull of it itself.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I see what you're talking about here.
Yeah.
Those will go on the either side of that seam. Okay, I got you. I got you now.
The strap will go in the middle.
Gotcha. Okay. And does that seam run along the whole boat?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll have, you have another one, I'm assuming. On
All four.
Okay.
All four corners.
So you're talking about here then? Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. I also brought softeners for here.
Theoretically is probably, it's not in the middle. At best, it's going to be between that one, those little things where the rope goes on the side, but I think it's going to be more towards like
goes online and applies for the permit, and you get it just like
I
that.
Found that on the deal.
I didn't
Okay,
know.
cool. Okay, then I'm happy. Then that,
Yeah, I am
that
too.
sounds like a plan. Okay, I just
because I thought maybe these guys gypsies and just skipping that kind of thing. But
Okay.
apparently they don't have an escort for a wide load.
really.
No. So he even said
So what? So why do you need an escort
because it's a wide and a high
if you
load.
can't get a date? Sorry about that.
Yeah. shifted further up. I don't know.
Now you're gonna have to disconnect it. You're gonna have to disconnect it and bring it on the other side. I mean, at this point, with how it's picking up, yeah, I agree. Almost in the front, just in front of the left side of that brace right here, right in front of my outrigger, and just on the right side or left side of that last block. Yeah, I think that's the best point.
Come in from the back.
However, I mean, hey, what I was saying is, instead of you having to move again, well, you're going to move anyways, but pull you up, back you down, and I'll just swing this way. The nose will be over here, the asset will be over there. It'll be set up exactly where we need it. So we'll just swing it right over the road. We're just going to shut down the road for 2 minutes. Or at least leave one side. Yeah, no, I don't know how we're going to have to block this up. Okay. Well, why don't we get you closer to this side? Either in the grass or just on the other side of the asphalt, on the sidewalk or whatever. And then that'll give at least a lane open to traffic, and then save a lot of headache that way, trying to spin it or get you turned around. So you go ahead and pull out and I'll swing around. 13,000 pounds. It's just a matter of headroom from there. That ain't me, that's the wind. Hey, boss.
Run the forward, speed, to the back.
Okay.
The brake to back up, beat the front. Hope.
Okay.
That's my hope. And then the other one, I'm gonna screw the top on the front. So we're gonna give it a whirl. It's just gonna
Yeah, it's
play
gonna
time here.
yeah, just like the words.
Yeah.
Wiggle down a little bit, Bubba. Hold on. Stop.
All right.
You want to look?
Let's see what we got first. Get close.
Hey, hold what you got, man.
What's bottom, so. Come on, cut that off. Right there. Go.
So where are you at right now?
I have pushed him in. I got them touching just about. We got to come down in the front, trying to make that. So you're gonna probably go back up when I make that little incision on that board right there.
Well, I tell you what, man, that is really close to the middle there. Is that gonna be a problem?
What do we do?
Oh yeah, shit. And it's not topping. So what do you do to strap it to the trailer?
There's the hooks all the way
Oh
down.
yeah, okay. So you've got straps. Like I said, I've got some.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, we might as well use mine first, then we can leave them on there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll start bringing those over.
They're heavy.
Well, they're like, they're ratchet straps.
Yeah. All right.
Finally, somebody listen. Now come up more.
Well, measure all the way down.
We'll do both.
Wait a second, I got it upside down. Oh, just go all the way to the ground.
Okay.
That's it, right there.
Right there. 15'5".
Oh, that's not bad. Oh, that's way less than I thought. Yeah, 15.5. That's not bad at all. Oh, that's great. these are 210. But I think there's no grain on this, I don't think so. Anyway, when I made the pattern, it was when the thing was sitting down really low. Okay, so he's kind of got it set close to the keel. Now he's going to start shimming. I mean, this thing here, of course, he can always shim this with something. I'm not sure how he does this, but anyway, he seems to have a plan. It seems to be going okay. Just don't cut the hole in half. Anyway, so this is actually, I thought this, I knew this was not going to clear this, but I expected the back end to stick way further out on the back. So anyway, yeah, so the bulk of the weight's back on the 4 wheels. He's just, his program is to shim this thing to where it'll sit, it'll move. We can scrap it if we need to. Oh, so I see, so he doesn't need any of that up in the front. So anyway, he's got other wood too that he can use to set in there. And there's a minimum amount that hangs off the back. And it's my understanding, I looked online and that's what they do. Every time I ask about a permit, they go online, they take all the final they basically take all the final measurements of the width, the height, the length, and an estimated weight, which this thing's not heavy for a for a road load, and then basically file the permit online, bammo, we're out of here. And that basically gives a routing of what the bridge heights are and all that kind of stuff. So I've been probably concerned about something that I didn't need to be concerned about because I don't know anything about it. So I'm not going to get in the trucking business anytime soon. So anyway, pretty cool.
These cleats are no good? Huh? You think the cleats are no good?
Doubt. Yeah. Some maybe, but others.
That's just the plastic. Go ahead. One more. There you go. That's it. That's good.
Just gotta file for a permit.
doing all wrong, man.
What was I thinking? I see some naked in Jamaica in my future.
Naked in Jamaica.
Oh my God.
Seems I did. Pretty good. Rolling right by.
Right there, good, stop.
Oh, you just want me to go up
Yeah,
the
walk
front?
right up there.
I don't
Yeah,
wanna go
man.
up the front.
You ain't gonna hurt nothing. You sure? Yeah, come on. You're a light guy. Me, it'd be a problem. It's a Honda, man. Hey, you verify. You take the measurement.
Well, I'm happy it's on.
Be the biggest erection I've ever had.
And I'm reaching for it. Thanks a lot.
That's right.
Thanks a lot, dude. Okay, you and I are gonna have a different kind of relationship than I thought.
That's right.
I can't get it. Ugh. Okay,
Got
you're
it.
taking the measurement. I'm dropping you on the ground. I need 3 more feet.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay? Now go straight up from me. I am touching the ground right now.
You on the ground?
Yep.
Okay, we're looking at 15 feet, 3.5 inches.
Okay, so call it 16 to be safe.
Yeah, yeah.
Go that way.
Oh, I want to keep that.
Fine, but it would flow off.
Hey, look at that free wax job.
I did. Waxed my ass. All right.
Controlled by the Polk County Sheriff's Office. Oh yeah, definitely keep that.
Yeah, I keep that. Yeah, we could be here by no sooner than 9, but you know, I mean,
I'll give you my number, and then you can tell me, and then I'll head over.
yeah, okay, okay,
I'll park it wherever
Yeah.
you want me to park it. I would say, you know.
okay.